All right, so let's have a look at Harmonize inside of Photoshop Beta. So here I've got a document already set up, and it's got a couple of different layers already. We've got a background layer, which is like this. This is an Adobe stock asset. And then we have Leo. So Leo is my cat. And this is just a candid photograph of him. What if we want to take these two and composite them together? So Harmonize makes it very, very simple. The first thing I'm going to do is just highlight the Leo layer. And then in the contextual taskbar here, I'm going to click Remove Background. This is going to identify Leo, remove the background, mask it out, and all that good stuff. So now with Leo masked out, and we can see the mask right here attached to that particular layer, what I'm going to do is just sort of arrange him in a way that looks sort of natural, along with the landscape here, somewhere along there. And at that point, the only thing I really need to do is check in with my contextual taskbar once again, and I can find Harmonize. So Harmonize is going to merge these layers together with a generative layer, and it's going to generate shadows and adjust lighting and color and all sorts of stuff so that Leo becomes part of the background, part of the scene. So let's go ahead and click Harmonize. And this shouldn't take too long. We can see some variations happening over on the side here. And once they're finished, we can choose from a set of variants that have been rendered out, and we can make use of those within our document. As we can see, it's almost done doing its work. This close. And there it is. So there's Leo more fully integrated into the background. And as we can see, we have these different variants we can choose from. I think this is probably the best one. This is the first one here. And if we wanted to, we could, of course, generate another set of variants if we don't like any of these. Something that I find I like to do when it comes to Harmonize, because it can be a little bit aggressive at times. What you can do is you can make a copy of your original layer and then drop that in above the Harmonized layer, and selecting that original layer, you can just take the opacity down a bit, and it's going to inject more of those original pixels and overlay them onto the Harmonized layer. Of course, you can also adjust with the blend mode as well. So if I choose like lighten or screen and make further adjustments to opacity, we can get it to a point where some of those highlights in his eyes, in his little beans, are coming across really nicely. And you can see here as I toggle these on and off, here's with just Harmonize, and then here is Harmonize with those original pixels blended in with a blend mode and opacity change. And if we zoom in here, we can see it does look really, really nicely integrated using Harmonize inside of Photoshop.